Hi. Hey, Russ here. Welcome back to my shop. My last legacy building episode, I showed you my flat milling table and how you could take a piece of wood and mill it on the end by putting it in this way and clamping it, or you could put it flat on the table with the Xylus and mill it flat. But putting it up on the edge can be a little trickier. So I do have one other table besides this that I have. Let me show you. And this is it here. It just sets down in between there just like this one does. It's just made out of MDF with a couple of 2x, one to help hold the clamp of this vise. And then this edge and this edge are parallel so that when I drop it in place, I push it up against these two edges and that squares up my plate to the mill perfectly. So now as long as I pull here and I tighten these down, and I am now set, ready to use. This is an inline vise. You can get them from Lee Valley. They're about 38 bucks. And it's called an inline vise. And so I can take this, drop my piece in here, and then just snug it down. And this thing is now held very tight. If I don't want it to deflect, I drill 3 holes here for dowels. And I drop a dowel in there to hold it up against here. Take my Wonder Pup and drop it in here. And of course, whenever you use a Wonder Pup, that thing is never where it needs to be. You ever try to turn this thing and how long it takes to turn this down to the other end? Well, watch this. If I take my drill, this is a 1/2 inch diameter. And I just pop it into my drill. And if I carefully hold this straight in line, and just like that, it's now at the other end. So I can move this back and forth pretty quick using my drill. Nice little tip for using the Wonder Pup. And then I take this one, and I lock this down just ever so gently, and that locks this against that dowel. And now this piece won't deflect or anything. It's held very tight, very securely. This piece is now ready to mill on the edge, whether it's a mortise or it's a stopped groove. Easy peasy. Anyway, that's my other table. I wanted to show that to you, how you can put a board on edge too and still do it. Quickly, before I go, I showed you the other day how I took a ruler and a magnet strip and I had to tape it down to hold it. Well, I got to thinking about it, and now what I did is I took a piece of aluminum angle iron, 1 inch by 1 inch, and I cut one side down, and I put this piece in here, which is measured out so that this distance here fits into my T-track snugly. And I took a piece of tape and I put it on here, and then incrementally I marked it all out at 1/16 inch increments to try this out. So now I can put this in here and drop it in, and it stays right where I put it. If I know where I'm going to put it, like let's say at 18 inches, I can set that right there, line that edge up, and now it'll stay right there at the 18 inches once it's in place. And I can use this thing as a ruler, put it anywhere I want. So this actually, I think it's going to work out pretty well too. I'm probably going to have to make 3 of them. One of them for a center, left and right. One of them will go from left to right, and the other one will go from right to left. And depending on what I'm doing as to which one I will use. I also can take a piece of blue tape, lay it out, mark it out like a story stick, and stick it on here, and then I have a quick story stick also to be used. So I think this is going to work out pretty good for an X-axis movable ruler on here. So I thought I'd share that with you too. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I want to thank you for stopping by, and please like this video if you did. And most importantly, please come back again because there's going to be plenty more. Thanks. We'll see you soon.